Okay, here's the what we know currently about the David situation. Here's a thread. Now, again, the situation began with a car that David, the artist, who's a 20-year-old singer, I think. I've never listened to his music. Apparently, he's super popular. There was a Tesla that belonged to David, the singer. Here is the first news article from September 9th. Decomposing body found in the trunk of Tesla registered to singer David in Los Angeles tow yard. Police sources. A decomposing female body was found in the trunk of a Tesla registered to the singer David 2 days after it had been towed from a Los Angeles street. Police sources said police responded to an impound lot in Hollywood midday Monday for a foul odor coming from the vehicle. There was a dead body sitting in the back of this Tesla for days while David had left California on tour. The Tesla is registered to 20-year-old David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David, according to senior LAPD source. It is one of the several vehicles owned by the musician, with many different people using any of his vehicles at a given time, the source added. Investigators will be relying heavily on Los Angeles' county medical examiner to identify the victim and figure out the cause of death. Medical examiner confirmed it was a female's body, but was unable to determine her age, race, ethnicity, due to the body being severely decomposed. Jesus. The victim was about 5'1", with wavy black hair, and was wearing a tube top, black leggings, and a yellow metal bracelet, and metal stud earrings. She was also had a tattoo on her right index finger that said "shh," according to the medical examiner. Victim appears to have been found dead for some time, adding to the complexity of the investigation, which is in its very early stage. Treating it as a homicide, okay. Vehicle had been impounded for 2 days after being found on the street. They have no idea how long it had been on the street, I guess. But all right. So that was the first thing. Now, immediately, red flags go off. The guy parks his car on the street, I guess. It was impounded, and you would have to assume as soon as he hears about the investigation, or as soon as he hears something about this, you come off tour, right? You come off tour. Okay, some crazy shit's happening. I need to go back and figure out what's going on. There's a dead body in my car. What the hell? We still don't have any word from David. Let's find out now the next piece of information. So, this is, as of today, Los Angeles home where David has stayed, searched after body of teen found in singer's Tesla. So now, apparently the home of David is being searched by the LAPD while the investigators investigate the death of a teenage girl whose body was found in the trunk of the Tesla. So they identified this body as a 15-year-old girl. 15 years old. This guy's 20. 15-year-old girl found in his car dead. So many things already wrong. The LA County medical examiner identified the victim as a 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. The teen from Lake Elsinore in Riverside County was reported missing last year and hadn't been heard from since, investigators confirmed to ABC News. So this girl not only is 15 years old, obviously has some relationship with this guy David, was reported missing last year, which would have been when she was 14 years old, and hasn't been heard from since. The victim's about 5'1" with wavy black hair, tube top, black leggings. We saw that. This is a picture of her. We don't even know how long she's been dead, because the timeline of events looks like this. Celeste is dead at some point. We don't know. David parks his car on the road, then goes and starts touring, which again, why is this Celeste with him when she's underaged? Why is she there unsupervised? She's been missing for more than a year. None of it's making any sense other than, potential kidnapping, potential, I don't know. Very, very bad stuff that can be implicated here. But he goes on tour. The car gets impounded. They find a dead body. He still is on tour while all this is going down. Obviously, there's a relationship there. I'm not saying I don't know anything about the relationship yet. We're going to find out today. But clearly, there's something going on. There's got to be some implication here. Things are adding up too easily. I guess there's a timeline of events, which makes this even fucking worse, if you could believe it. Now, again, this is not in any way, shape, or form police record. This is a Google document made by some user online. Is this true? I don't know. So we're going to say allegedly. This is a timeline of events. Oh, I forgot this as well. Sorry. TMZ exclusive. David and victim have matching tattoos. So remember we said the girl had a tattoo on her finger? Apparently so does he. Singer David has a tattoo on his fingers with the letters SHHH, in other words. And the young girl's body found in the Tesla has the same tattoo on her finger. As TMZ reported, the body has now been identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas. Authorities say she had a tattoo on her right index finger, Same place he has. Is that a coincidence, chat? I think not. We're not gonna attribute anything just yet, but you see where this is going. You see how this is adding up. TMZ spoke to Celeste's mom last week, and she told us about her daughter's tattoo, adding it was in red ink. The mom said Celeste had been missing for more than a year, but she was suspicious of the Tesla discovery because she said Celeste's boyfriend's name was David. She named him. The mom says, my daughter has been missing for a year. This was, I guess, the missing persons thing. So she had been trying to make flyers do something since last year in April. She'd been trying to reach out. I don't know if police had been involved in the search. I hope so. But I guess this is the missing persons ad that had been flying around. So the mom was trying to find her, but she's been missing for a year, and she was suspicious that potentially Celeste had been with her boyfriend named David. This is not coincidence anymore, dude. This is clear to me what we're getting at. This girl, at the time of her being gone, is 13, 14 years old. But this is, I mean, we have to be batting freaking almost 1,000 here that this guy David has some involvement. I mean, come on, chat. Apparently, TMZ looked through photos back in April to the beginning of August, and he didn't have the tattoo. He got the tattoo in September of 2024. So months after they went missing, or she went missing, excuse me. David has been on tour for a while, has not been in Los Angeles for more than a month. And this was found early in the month. So this poor girl could have been in that car rotting for fucking weeks and weeks, man. Disgusting. Police have not revealed who was driving the Tesla before it was left on a Hollywood street and impounded on September 5th. The vehicle had not been reported stolen. Police have not said if they had a suspect. We reached out to David's rep, who said they did not want to interfere with the ongoing investigation, so they would not comment. But I guess there's more also to this whole thing. There's Discord messages, apparently, that point to Celeste dating this guy David all the way back in 2022. There's pictures of David with her, apparently, where she was 13 and 14 and 15 years old. They're having these Discord conversations, and I don't know what this is, but it's a Reddit message. Shocker that one of the most depraved things, one of the most disgusting things, has something to do with Discord, online relationship, Reddit. Shocker that we're once again in this situation where we have this chronically online issue, and again, a 13-year-old girl, apparently, dating a 20-year-old. At the time, I don't know what his age was. 19, 18. This guy is a pedophile from what I've heard. My sister, who is now in the 9th grade, told me that he was dating an 8th grader, and she would go on trips with him to L.A. They're all in the 9th grade now. Turns out so-and-so's friends knew, and he would pay them to keep their mouth shut. Now, again, we don't know if this is anything substantial. Not even a year ago, someone told me that David guy owes someone money in Lake Elsinore. Now this girl is dead and missing from Lake Elsinore. Weird. He told me he gave someone in Elsinore money because he was with a minor and showed me a picture of it too. I didn't even know if I believed it at the time, but now I'm tweaking. Oh my God. All right, so let's look at this. Let's look at this timeline of events. We're gonna breeze through this. How he hasn't been brought in for questioning? How he hasn't been spoken to by police? Maybe that's what's happening now. They said he canceled his tour after finding out the identity. How that's not happening currently, hopefully. I'm hoping that happens soon. Because this is one of the worst. I can't even believe this. Story begins in summer of 2022. Celeste is 11 or 12 years old, and David is 17, turning 18. According to online reports, this is when Celeste and David's real name, first met through Discord. Jesus. Met on Discord. What are we doing? Screenshots and server logs show Celeste actively talking with David in group chats, 2022, 2023. Other users made casual references to her being his girlfriend, though at the time, no one seemed to realize how serious the situation really was. Looking back now, these messages are alarming. They suggest the start of a secret online relationship that would slowly become something more dangerous. Celeste and his circle. Late 2022 to 2023, Celeste started appearing more in David's life, even publicly. And one shocking discovery came from an old live stream and video clips. After Celeste's disappearance, internet sleuths began combing through David's old content. To their surprise, they found moments where Celeste could have been seen in the background of streams, proving she had been around him in person well before she vanished. A major detail surfaced. Around 2022, early 2023, Celeste appeared in a music video of one of David's songs. Fans also discovered that David followed Celeste's Instagram account, adding another direct link to them during this period. These pieces of evidence would show their connection was very real and very public, at least in the early stages. December 2023, a public photo surfaces. December 2023, a photo began circulating online of Celeste and David together in person. The photo showed them wearing matching outfits, their body language suggesting a close relationship. At this point, Celeste was only 12 or 13 years old, while David was 19. This image would later become a critical piece of evidence, as people used it to confirm they had been meeting offline, not just online. Many now believe this was when their relationship fully transitioned into in-person contact. April 5th, Celeste goes missing. On April 5th, 2024, Celeste was reported missing from her hometown of Lake Elsinore, California. Which, by the way, guys, that's like 2 hours from me. This is like mad close. According to her family, she had run away from home after a fight about her boyfriend, who they only knew as David. Poisoning the youth's mind, because I have no doubt that she did not just run away from home of her own free will. This was something where I'm going to introduce you to my parents. I think they'll be okay with it. Knowing his age probably and knowing her age, of course it wasn't going to work. She probably told the parents something, and when they didn't approve, and probably again, through direction and maybe some coercion of this David guy, she's got to run away. Trust me, babe, we'll run away. We don't need their approval, we'll run away. This immediately raised red flags. People online quickly connected the dots. David was David's real name, just spelled different. Artist name, regular name. And there had already been speculation about him and Celeste. Her disappearance shocked her family and community. Her loved ones desperately hoped she would come home safe, not knowing how dark the story would become. I hope that her mother, that the people in her community were out there actually looking for her, because if all I'm seeing is this, missing poster online, there better have been some calls. I'm telling you this, if my child goes missing, I am flipping the fucking earth over. If I even get a whiff, you know where my kid is and you're not telling me, I'm going Rambo, dude. I'm telling you that. Shit is gonna have to hit the fan before motherfuckers are hiding where my kid is for a year. No, that ain't happening. I'm gonna find my kid, dude. May 2024, the leaked song Celeste. Just one month after Celeste disappeared, something strange happened. An unreleased song began circulating online. It was reportedly recorded by David, entitled Celeste. The lyrics were personal and emotional, like a love song, with references that made it clear it was about her. Many people believe he had written this track as a gift for Celeste, possibly for her birthday. The timing disturbed people. Why release a song about a girl who had just gone missing? This song became one of the first major signs that David was still thinking about Celeste, even after she vanished. July 2024 through March 2025. That's about a 7-month period. No, 9-month period. Silence and speculation. From July 2024 through early 2025, the case grew colder. There were no confirmed sightings of Celeste, very little evidence showing where she was or who she was with. During this period, some internet rumors suggested David was still contacting her privately, even calling her regularly. However, there was still no solid proof, just speculation. Here's what we do know. Fans and sleuths continued digging into old streams and videos. They confirmed that Celeste had been with David before she went missing, but after April 2024, almost nothing concrete tied them together until this shocking discovery a year later. This long period of silence left everyone with more questions than answers. This feels like this has been something people have been actively investigating and looking into during this entire time, which I didn't know. Apparently, on tour, David was bringing caskets, a wreath, and a notepad with pencil for fans to write letters to the deceased during his tours. So this was his first show, I guess, on July 30th. I don't know if it was his first show, but he was on tour July 30th.
Why the fuck would the artist do that?
I'll love you from the afterlife.
Okay, we're not going to play the song. David really throwing funerals at his shows. His house was raided 3 hours ago. They got his PC. Uh-oh. I mean, I can't imagine that her family wasn't out looking for her. I have to think, just logically, I have to think that her family was out looking for this girl just to find out that her body has been decomposing in the back of a fucking Tesla for months and months and months. Here's a CBS News Los Angeles report.
News now, police searching a home in the Hollywood Hills tonight, close to where the teen's body was found.
Mike, do we know if the search has anything to do with the girl's death, though?
Yeah, so Susie and Juan, we are working on those details right now. What I can tell you is that it is literally right where we know that the car was towed from. So remember how this all happened, as you heard from Nicole. The car was towed from the Hollywood Hills. It wasn't until it was at the tow yard where the body was found. So if we go back to where the car was towed from tonight, there's a presence of Los Angeles police detectives that are out there. We can see them in their plainclothes suits. We also see crime scene techs. It appears to be centered at this home. Sky Cow was able to get a peek before it got dark, and we can see that garage door open, and we see what appear to be crime scene techs going in and out of that garage. There you see it right there. You see the door to the home open on the inside. Another Tesla with the front open right there inside the garage as well. To be clear, LAPD has not said tonight if this investigation is related to the investigation of the girl's body being found, but they are like less than 100 feet away from where it was all found. So this is all happening in the same neighborhood. We have reached out to the LAPD. We even talked to the Hollywood Watch Commander. This isn't Hollywood Division. The Hollywood Watch Commander had no idea what was going on, which leads us to believe this is not a patrol operation. This is detectives that we see out there. So working to gather some more information, but we know as that operation is happening very, very close to where that car was towed from before her body was found.
All right, Mike, thank you.
I mean, of course, that's what they're investigating, of course. Did they say this is... I mean, they said that's where the car was being towed from. So I assume that means close to this guy's house.
The teen was reported a runaway and missing out of Lake Elsinore nearly a year and a half ago. Tonight, a house close to where that Tesla was abandoned was searched. Eyewitness News reporter Tim Caputo is there live now in Hollywood with more. Tim.
And Mark, those CSI investigators literally just left the scene about 10-15 minutes ago. The police tape finally came off and we were able to come a little bit closer to this house. Now, we don't know at this point what exactly those detectives were looking for, what they got out of that house. We saw them pull evidence and put it into an SUV, essentially where I'm standing right now. We don't even know why they were here in the first place, but this house just happens to be literally feet away from where that Tesla was found. A dozen LAPD investigators took a computer and other items from this.
If this guy is guilty, he is fucking cooked. No doubt about it, he is cooked. They've got his hard drives, they've got his computers, everything. They're going to find something.
Hollywood home.
And judging by how careless this thing has been the entire time, the body in the trunk just right outside the living space. The car is yours. I assume that's his house. The entire canceling your tour right after the identity gets announced. I'm pretty sure someone said that he unfollowed the Celeste girl's brother today as we're speaking. So he's got access to his social media, knows what's going on. This dude is cooked, man. There's no way this is all coincidence. No way this is all coincidence.
A block away from where an abandoned Tesla was found with a dead teenager in the trunk. Police spent hours at the home on Dehaney Place, placing several evidence bags into an SUV, but they wouldn't say if or how it was connected to the Tesla. Several homeowners say they remember seeing that distinct Tesla for a while. First parked in front of the house police searched today, then at two different spots on the street.
It's a little weird to see a car that I haven't seen here for a long time. Had a big dent on it, had a Texas plate on it. So all a little odd, but at the same time, people could be hanging out with friends for a long time.
That abandoned Tesla was towed earlier this month, and workers at a Hollywood tow yard noticed a foul odor and found decomposed human remains wrapped in a garbage bag inside the car. We now know the young woman found dead was 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, according to the medical examiner, the same teen who was reported missing from Lake Elsinore last year. At a corner store in town, the owner recalled her coming in often.
She always quiet, nice. She come in like if she buy like a chips, soda, and leave. Sometimes she come with a friend from the neighborhood.
Eyewitness News has learned Rivas had run away from home a few times. She was last reported missing in spring of 2024. Those who knew Rivas, who just turned 15 a week and a half ago, say she was bubbly and sweet.
She just seemed very lively and friendly, a typical teenager.
The medical examiner has...
How weird are things in LA that this car was left in that condition for so long? Dude, the LAPD is so ineffective at doing a job. And honestly, people, this is the Hollywood Hills. This is not like downtown LA. People probably just didn't want to see or seem like they were the you know, Karen type of neighbors to, okay, well, you know, here's this car, but I don't want to be the person that's like out there being the Karen telling people it's out there too long or whatever, right? People are generally in those areas a bit more quiet, right? They try to keep to themselves. They just don't want to offend anyone. That's what I assume. So I found this clip. This is the Jason, the Ween dude, and here's what he said.
With David?
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't do it.
He's not a murderer?
No.
Thank God, bro, because I was still going to listen to his music. I was just worried that I'd be an asshole if I did.
Again, this is probably before new evidence came out, but what kind of fucking joke is that? This is the Ludwig guy. What kind of joke is that, you moron? I know this is before evidence, but like, oh, thank God he wasn't a murderer. I was still gonna listen. Bet you feel like a real dumbass now, don't you? Bet both of y'all feel like real dumbasses now because y'all wanted to have fun on stream and talk some shit.
No, listen, he didn't do it. He literally performed the next day. If he was a suspect, the police would have been after him. He's not a suspect.
He's not just escaping the police clutches?
No, and I'm gonna perform. We're gonna perform on the 20th, me and David.
So let me get this straight. You support homophobic people and murderers.
So we're joking still about it. Now again, I get it. They don't know yet. But why even implicate yourself acting like this? Why even joke about something you don't know the answer to? That performance got canceled. Why even do this? You morons look like pure dumb asses. Sitting here trying to be like, let's do our edgy humor now. This is the part of the stream where we get to do edgy humor. Because it doesn't matter to us. Wasn't somebody that we loved that's chopped up in a fucking Tesla. Wasn't our sister. Wasn't our mother. So we'll sit here and make edgy jokes about it. Fuck these dudes, man.
Do you think David did it?
Do I think he's a murderer?
Yeah.
Can't rule him out.
Can't rule him out?
Can't rule him out.
Damn. No way. No.
You know what I did think was incredibly soft? I don't know if it's
how
true.
do you steal a Tesla, though?
Huh? Wait, so you think it is him?
No, I don't think it's him.
A Tesla?
I don't think it's him because he's been on tour.
No,
but also,
I don't think it's him either. I think it's like almost obviously not him. But what's weird is
you think it's almost obviously not him. Again, maybe they weren't armed with the information that we have now. I don't know when this clip is from, but I would reserve talking about things in generalities until I knew what was going on. I certainly would reserve joking about it. I would certainly be like, yeah, let me not start talking about something as serious as this as if it's some big joke. This clip was from a week ago. So they obviously didn't know how long that thing was set there. I'm not blaming them for not knowing it, but you probably should exercise some caution in the way you speak about ongoing investigations when you don't know jack shit. Start talking about it like it's obviously not him. Clearly it's not. Who the fuck do you think you are?
that Crocs dropped him.
Yeah, why would they do that?
That's weird.
Yeah, and Hollister. Like, what? Why would they do that? Guilty till proven innocent? No. Innocent till proven guilty. Fact.
Facts.
That means whoever has access to his Tesla, because you can add authorized users to your Tesla, right?
Yeah.
So that means David's someone associated to David or some shit.
Immediately, let's blame the guy that we don't have a personal relationship with, the ghost person that we don't have a personal relationship with, because that makes more sense to just blame the heir. Yo, that one person that's associated, gotta be him, not the person we know.
Honestly, this is good for David. It's a lot of publicity for him. So when he gets proven innocent, he's just gonna keep going crazy.
Wow, man. Wow. These are the streamers that these kids are watching. There is a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl chopped up in the back of a Tesla, and this fucking idiot's talking about, oh, when he's proven innocent, this will be good PR. Like, hey, chat, let's maybe have some goddamn respect that regardless if my buddy did it, which, shocker, a lot of the evidence is starting to point to, regardless if he did it, someone's child is dead. But you know what? You know what really is the good part about all this? You know what's the good part about someone being chopped up and dead in my friend's car? That he's going to get good PR for it. Yeah, when he's proven innocent, this is going to be great PR. How are these people famous? How are these people entertaining? When we ask the question, why are kids becoming radicalized? Why are kids treating things as if they're not as serious as they are? Desensitizing themselves from all these different real life situations, using this online dark humor as an excuse. It's because of shit like this, man. It's because of shit like this. This moron can barely form a sentence talking about he about to go cray. He finna go cray. And these kids ingest that and they think, oh yeah, no, This guy's innocent. Like, let's talk about the PR. Let's talk about his next song. When you hopping on his track? Meanwhile, they had an AT&T ad on the stream. Meanwhile, he's raking in thousands upon thousands of dollars to sit here and act like this isn't something as serious as it is. Again, this Jason the Ween guy has nothing to do with what's going on. I understand that. But have some damn respect, man. That's apparently all that we can gather right now. At the moment, there isn't any new news that I can see, but we'll keep on this story as we continue on in the next couple of days streaming here.